Welcome back, Helldivers, to your daily news update. Now, today we've got quite a bit to talk about, as we've got loads of stuff from the devs talking about the new update, loads of things that are in the works, and the devs have expressed that they are very excited for next week's patch. Now, as we've said in many videos, yes, it is coming on Tuesday, and I'm excited. I'm waiting for it. So let's read through all of the news. If you guys do get all the news you need to know, please consider dropping a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel, as I'm making this video, we are 200 subscribers away from the big 250k, a quarter of a million. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Thank you guys for all the support recently, and let's get in with the news. So pretty much we're starting off, I think everything comes from Spitz, as Spitz has been very active on the Discord over the weekend. I checked Twin Bid because obviously there was an announcement, but that didn't end up happening. So it's all come from Spitz, and he says there is a build update planned for next week, but fair warning, I have no idea which patch the airburst fix is packaged into. I'm just assuming it's the same patch that is going to make it unlockable, because that makes sense. So anyone wondering about which is the airburst fix, Spitz doesn't know, but it is coming in one of the updates. Then someone said, how big is the next patch? Is it just fixes or is it content? And like I said to you guys in my past videos, it's going to be one of the biggest ones we've seen so far. Spitz goes on to say it's a monthly build update, so fairly large. It'll be adding the new Warbond items as well, though they won't be accessible until weeks later. So as I've mentioned to you guys as well in videos, so what a lot of the devs do, what a lot of companies do when they run games is, if they know they've got like a big patch coming, they'll implement the content earlier on. So that means that when the actual day comes, they don't have a massive patch to release. And the reason why when new Warbond items come out that you don't have to download a patch is because they implement it earlier on. So it ends up being a server-side update. So on the 11th of every month, you just hop onto the game, the server-side update will download as you're loading up the game, and you're straight in with all of the new items. So that is what's going on there. And alongside the new Warbond items will be a bunch of new fixes. I mentioned this in my last video. There's gonna be so much. They didn't update last week in preparation to give themselves another week, so then they can really release it and add more in. And again, for anyone about the spear, Spitz goes on to say the spear will be fixed eventually, probably very soon. I've seen this in my comment section as well since I've been covering Helldivers news. Lots of people asking about the spear, and apparently it'll be fixed eventually, probably soon. That's the best news I can give you guys right now on what's going on with the spear. And anyway, so also people were going on about the bouncing stratagems. You know, you throw one, you think it's going to be perfect, and then it bounces away or something. And Spitz goes on to say the Hellpod/stratagem bounce box thing has been a nuisance at a point of discussion for a long time. Not sure what we're doing with it. A lot of the devs simply want to get rid of it. Now, my opinion on like the bouncing thing is, I don't think it's like a terrible thing, because I think if every single stratagem, I guess, stuck to something, then, and like maybe it would make it too easy. I think the fact that you've got to get the perfect like bounce or something to make something land and hit the thing you need comes at a skill. Many people may disagree with me there in this video and say that no, it's just annoying, and I agree, it's annoying. I've thrown so many things forgetting about a bounce or not knowing which ones bounce, you know, early game and stuff, and then ending up like doing a terrible like eagle strike or something. So I don't know, I'm going to leave that down to the comment section to decide what they think about this and what their feelings are towards it. But would you like to see the bounce removed completely from the game, or would you like it just to be tweaked in some other way? So let me know in the comment section. Then this is just a bit of news from Spitz saying, I'm actually really excited for the build next. Well, the next build. There's quite a lot of balance changes and fixes that have been requested for quite a while. Now, this gets me hyped. And the reason why this gets me hyped is I didn't realize that there was balance changes coming. And we knew there was a bunch of fixes coming, but balance changes are coming too. Now, one of them we know about, which I'm sure will be in this patch, is the fire nerf. Now, I made a video, was it like a couple of days ago or last week, talking about how the Hulk flamethrower is meant to be getting like kind of nerfed a bit, and I think fire as a whole, because it got a buff and then it ended up being way too overpowered, because yeah, being honest, if you do get set on fire at the moment, like you do die instantly, and yes, you can dive and you can then stim, which is a good tactic around it. So there are people combating that idea of nerfing fire and saying get good, but I don't know, again, that's another thing I like leaving up to the community. I have my own opinion. My own opinion is I do believe that the fire from the Hulks are a little bit crazy, but if it didn't get a change, I wouldn't complain. So that's literally where I sit with it at the moment. Like, I can deal with it, I'm happy with it, but if it got a little bit of a nerf, I wouldn't say no. So that's where I stand. And then we're moving on to the deadlines. So Spitz says, we have deadlines and cutoff dates to get a fix into a certain patch or build so that we're not cramming fixes in last minute and breaking more stuff in the process. My guess is that the spear wasn't fixed in time for the last hotfix and will probably be in the next major build or hotfix for the number one for the next build. Oh, okay. So like the message we had earlier, so we could see a fix for the spear. Okay, that's quite good news to see and add into the video, because I was wondering what they were actually going to do with that. So that's good. That's a good update. I always feel like Helldivers say, like, for the foreseeable we won't see a fix or something, and then it ends up being in the next patch anyway. So yeah, that's what's happening there. And then finally, I thought this was quite funny and I wanted to add this into the video because, you know, it's a Saturday night and someone said, is Spitz always this talkative or has he had a party night? And Spitz goes on to say, I say as much as I can say without risking my job or giving Baskinator a nervous headache. And yeah, so obviously I've never actually worked as a community manager before, but many of you guys won't know, I did used to work in PR for gaming, so like that sort of would link together with community managers from time to time, and it is kind of that feeling of where like you do want to tell people, you know, you see the demand there and you want to be like, oh, it's coming, but there's a lot of things you have to keep that's under embargo, so you have to keep quiet about it, and you know, it's never the most fun thing to do, but you know, you have to do it. It's company values, and Spitz can literally give as much as he possibly can until he's, you know, he'll be given the go ahead, and that's normally when a patch launches or anything like that. So anyway guys, thank you for watching today's daily Helldivers 2 news. I hope you had a great weekend as we move into big patch week. Make sure to, if you want to, drop a like, subscribe, as we're only 200 away from 250k, and much love to you all, and I will see you tomorrow, not Tuesday, but I am excited. I've also got an announcement on Tuesday as well, so watch out for that. See you guys then.